Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use against this raid boss, Fury Zuul'Goth, the Elder God of Fire, apparently. You do this with your guild in an effort to shut all these portals. There's a couple of minions to get through first, then you have 10 portals. You try and close all of them to get the ultimate reward. And as I said, this is a combined effort with all your guild, and you've got 3 days to do it, so it's a 3-day event. Now in the shop there are a couple of really cool things you need to pay attention to, and the first main one is the Eldritch Guardian. If you don't have this already, you're going to want to try and pick up this troop because this is going to be absolutely vital to going a long way in this event. Eldritch Guardian is a God Slayer, and what a God Slayer does is they do extra damage versus bosses. Now if you can't afford those traits yet, don't worry too much about it. They're not actually important, they're not actually essential at all. The God Slayer one at the bottom is actually only on skull damage, and Eldritch Guardian is going to be at the bottom of our team, so we're hopefully not ever going to get in that situation where we need that extra skull damage. What is important though is the damage it does on its spell. Deals damage to an enemy based on your magic, and if they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on your ascensions. So if you're going to send this thing a bit further, you are going to do more and more damage versus Zuul'Goth, which is absolutely super useful to getting that moldy courgette thing just demolished as quickly as possible. So you absolutely have to have one of them. If you haven't got it already, grab that from tier 2. So if we have tier 2, we've automatically bought tier 1, which gives us a potion of enchantment, which means all our troops start enchanted at the start of each and every battle for the entire 3 days. Now you've got tier 1 and 2 anyway, so if you can afford it, there's a really cool weapon on tier 3, the Old Magus Staff. I absolutely love these explodey weapons. This one explodes a load of purple gems, grants a random status effect to all Karakoth allies, then summons a Karakoth troop. Really good. A mana generator, gives status effects and has a summon at the same time. Really cool. Alright, onto the team itself. There's a couple of ways to go about this. Unfortunately, the troops we have to pick from here, they're not actually that good. I'm pretty sure Media is the only one that does damage to all. Other than that, you're going to be just hitting opponents one at a time, which is going to be a bit of a slow process. So I'm going to chuck 2 of her in the team there. With the different bonuses applied, I'm doing 50 damage to all. She has the bonus as well, of course, of enchanting all daemons and barriering all mystics. She is a mystic herself. And the weapon on this, you can go about it in 2 different ways. Like I've got the new weapon I just acquired in here, but if you don't have the gems, then you can go about it a different way. You can just pick another explodey weapon. So I would type explode into the search bar, and you will bring up all the other explodey weapons which you have. Now if you aren't going to go with this Old Magus Staff, or you can't afford the gems, then it could be wise to actually try and not mana block any of the other troops, because this is a good weapon, but the red mana blocks Media, and the blue mana blocks Eldritch Guardian. But I'm not too worried about that myself, because we do explode the gems and get a load of mana anyway. But if you're going down this route, you might want to say we don't want red, don't want purple to stop mana blocking Media, and go to whole hog. Don't even want a mana block Eldritch Guardian. Apply that, and you will find all your explodey weapons, which are going to be good for this, but without mana blocking anybody else. Like Mountain Crusher is always going to be a great choice. Explodes a load of brown gems, uses brown itself, so it can basically self-charge and repeat the process while charging up the rest of the team. Really good. Mystic Manuscript, another really good one. Exploding purple gems again. In fact, I am almost tempted to change to that, because that is really good. So we're going to explode purple gems for Media and the Eldritch Guardian. Give a status effect to Mystic Allies, which is Media as well, and has a summon as well. So I'm almost tempted to change to that. In fact, I'm gonna do that. There you go. What's the upgrades on this? Are they any good? Yeah, see, enchants itself as well. Really good. Now that weapon I just got, the Old Magus Staff, is good, but the upgrades aren't as good as this. The fact is it enchants itself is really cool as well. So yeah, I'm going to change to that. I have changed my mind. I'm allowed to. Alright, so what class are we in? We're in Geomancer class at the moment. This is okay. I want something with a 50% start. I want reduced damage from skulls, that is always good. And I just love this class all around. Anti-magic sphere, really good. Tactician, gain 3 magic at the start of battle is useful if you're a newer player. Rock solid, gain a barrier when collecting brown. Don't actually need that now because I get enchanted when I cast this, so I can actually change that now to stone mastery. If you don't have the upgrade to enchant it when it's cast, then get Tree of Knowledge and Fortitude. Right, that is what I'm going to go for with this. I haven't done my banner yet. So what do I use? I use green, brown, red, purple, not using yellow. Eliminate yellow, see what we got. That's quite useful, but ideally you want to get my Mystic Manuscript up first, because the idea is you charge that to explode that to charge up Media. Not a lot of good choices going, that's not too bad. Not ideal though. Quite like that. That's a good all-round average. +2 brown for the weapon, +1 purple for everyone else, minus yellow, that'll do. The class on this isn't vital, so you can go whichever class. You haven't got to 100 yet really. Whichever one you fancy. It's not absolutely vital, it's just really nice to have that 50% start. So something like Geomancer or Archer class, one of the ones that gives you a 50% start right off the bat is really, really useful. As you can see there, fast start battles with 50% mana. Right, let's dive in. You can go this the other way around as well, as of course you can. Rather than go mana generator with the weapon, you can do it in a way where you pick a damage to all weapon as well. That would be quicker for these early stages. You could go Black Manacles or something like that, or just a nice damage to all weapon. Then have 3 lots of troops that do damage to wall. It's just going to be a little bit slower getting ready at the beginning. This is more a long-term choice, if you know what I mean. After we get to the stage where we've cast everybody once, this team is going to get going again quicker for that second cast. And it has the benefit of a summon as well. If you're unfortunate enough to get their Zuul up and he manages to cast and kill somebody, then the weapon at the top can have a summon and bring somebody back into the fray, which is always useful. So what I'll do, I'll just get rid of these minions. This is how you're going to do it at first. Really quick and easy. Cast the weapon to charge the team. Cast Media. And then I'll jump forward to the main part. Show how we do it versus the Mouldy Courgette, Zuul'Goth. Just rinse and repeat this until you get rid of those pesky minions. And I'll show a couple of battles versus the normal Zuul'Goth, then I'll pause the video, come back when he's a higher level and show it again. Really cool how Media gets those status effects when we cast our Mystic Manuscript. Right, so enter the Mouldy Courgette, Zuul'Goth. There's a Valraven there, just popped in. You want to make sure you kill that nice and fast. If you kill that, you get an extra couple of sigils, which is good for the event. It means you can do more battles. Make sure you kill it before it flies away. If it gets to cast, there's a 30% chance it'll run off. You don't want that. No red. Anything. We're enchanted next round anyway, so it doesn't matter. Zuul'Goth survived. Use our Godslayer. Don't need the extra damage from that, but always good. Alright, I'll just do this last one and then I'll pause it and come back on a higher level. But just A little basic thing to get used to, like now we've got our God Slayer up. Don't presume that because Zuul'Goth is on no mana right now that it's completely safe. Depending upon the team, sometimes it can get charged up really, really fast. So basically, cut story short, whenever your God Slayer is up, make sure you hit it on him. Get rid of him as soon as possible. Because you don't want him coming back to bite ya. Punch you in the face with his tentacles, whatever he does. Right, I'm going to pause it and come back on a higher Zuul'Goth level. See how the team's still doing, or if it needs adjusting. Right, so I've done a few more levels and it's going just fine. Just need to take out Zuul'Goth nice and early. Haven't given him the slightest sniff of being able to kill anybody at all yet. Just make sure you get him when you can. Cast our weapon nice and early. Get the team charged up. You may have to cast a couple of times, but when this is ready, make sure you zap out their Zuul'Goth. There you go. One hit. He only smells strong. He's not tough at all. Oh, one life. Go on. On your way. Level 100 now, Zuul'Goth. Get the weapon charged nice and early. Any bonus damage like that is handy. When you've got one media charged, then it's worth being patient and casting Mystic Manuscript again, or whatever weapon you're using if you use a explodey one, because otherwise the second one will obviously mana block. The first one will mana block the second one, so it's better to get them both up at once. You can cast them back to back. Get rid of Zuul Head. Cast Mystic Manuscript, get lots of mana for the team. Going to get a Fortress Gate when you get Ogress, which is annoying, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's part of her spell, so you're going to have to make sure you take that thing out as well. And it can be quite tough. It's quite a good thing, actually. It's quite tough because it gains 24 armor when it casts. Just hit it with whatever you've got, and hopefully it'll be gone quick enough. Come on, give me a skull hit. Go on. Couple more sigils left, but yep, team's working very well. Another Val Raven there, make sure you get that to pick up more event sigils. Got our God Slayer up already, make sure you get rid of Zuul'Goth. No chance of him doing any damage to us. Not today, son. Just gotta wait an extra round for that Mystic Manuscript to get charged. Not Mystic Manuscript, second Media. Now, gotta make sure that Raven doesn't fly away. I'm going to collect that yellow just to make sure he doesn't get it for himself. Don't want that running off. I want to make sure you collect as many sigils as you can. There you go, he's in the bag. Use our God Slayer for normal damage just to finish off that last troop. Right, and I think I'll just do one more because the team is working good. Like I say, you can, if you don't have two media, you can actually just pick another damage to all weapon instead. It's still going to work fine, and then whichever troop in place of media fits in nice. There was one that done heavy splash damage. I forget what it was now, but that'd be a pretty neat choice. Kaboosh. See you later, Zuul Head. Cast both medias back to back, then use Mystic Manuscript to recharge. Can use this to get rid of her now. Fortress Gate is going to come back, but we've got to deal with that as part of her spell, or part of her being. Kill her, she transforms into a gate, or one just appears. It's like, wow. That'd be a thing to see. You're gone. Didn't really need to do that. Could have cast that. Nearly gone. And gone. Well, there it is. There's a team. It's doing really well. Really good with Geomancer at the top. Getting those barriers all the time keeps you nice and safe. We cast that Mystic Manuscript and we just get loads of... We get status effects for most of our team, which is really handy as well. Makes you survive really good. You can get barrier, cleansed, all sorts of stuff. Very good indeed. Well, I like that team. I do like the Raid Boss event. And there's a video. If you enjoyed it or found anything helpful, it'd be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.